Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed. Chubstep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
I have had it with these monkey-fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday play.
What we need's a few good taters.
What's taters, precious? What's taters, eh?
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started. Welcome back. A little late, but it's okay. You guys suck it.
Yeah,
Suck
that's
it,
accurate.
listeners.
That was my fault.
No, it was my fault. I had an even bigger thing going on than you.
Oh,
had.
you did. Okay. What was
Yeah.
your thing again?
I had men's league hockey tryouts.
You're not actually playing men's league hockey, are you?
Yeah.
You should. You're
I am.
actually going to play? Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah,
sweet.
I gave them $200 and they made me go to a tryout skate.
Wow. Can you pay $200 and not make a team?
That would have been interesting. I don't know exactly.
Like if I would have gone, like they're like, no, like you can barely skate.
There was a couple people there that were pretty bad.
Okay. Well, okay, then maybe I got a chance. Just
Yeah, I
sit on
guess
the bench the whole time.
there's only one summer league, so it's going to be a mix of like good people and then just really bad people.
Yeah, that happens. That
So
happens.
it'll be interesting.
That's kind of every league you go to as adults. You get some people where they might even be better than people you were playing in high school or college because they've been playing now for the past 10 years.
Yeah, they just
play
keep
super
getting better and
competitively,
better and
keep getting
better.
better and better, and then you get the combination of people like, oh, I just want to try this out. And like so
Hockey seems fun.
yeah, hockey seems fun. Yeah, so that's just I like it. I like the wide variety. So some teams you just like destroy teams, and then some teams you're like, oh my God, these guys are like one step below professional players.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna freaking dominate.
Good, I love
I've
it.
decided. One shot, one goal for me in the tryout. I didn't
Love
want
it.
to show off too much.
Yeah.
And then I got
Good call.
drafted to the Glizzy Gobblers or Glizzy Goblins. Sorry.
Do you guys have a mascot?
Yeah, apparently we have jerseys.
Oh, I love that.
And it's a goblin eating hot dogs.
Oh my God, you guys got to get Patrick Bertoletti as your sponsor.
We might be able to get him on the
Like
jersey
to
somehow.
do the like a speech and open like have him record a speech for you.
That would be
That
good.
would be awesome.
The boys would be pumped.
Yeah, so I got a connection to 2024 Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Champion Nathan Bertoletti, or sorry, Patrick Bertoletti, and he can give us a little pump up.
Yeah, apparently there's a team full of Russian guys, and
Yeah,
one guy on our team fights the Russian guys every year,
love
so it'll be interesting.
it's like Miracle, but it's
Yeah,
men's league
apparently
hockey
this
in
guy's
Vancouver,
watched
Washington.
Miracle too many times, and he's like, I'm like, the first thing you said in the group chat was like, "Oh, I can't wait to fight the Russians" or something.
Oh my
I'm
God, I
like, Jesus,
love that.
guy, calm down. I'm not helping.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not fighting a bunch of plumbers.
The other thing, Steeds, that the reason that was the reason we didn't do the show is because of that, because I was a little less busy. I had a baby arrive over a week early. So
Yeah,
I had to cancel it last minute.
That had nothing to do with the show being canceled, though.
No, it's true. That's true. Here's a couple funny things that happened with that, Steve. We go to like the front desk of the hospital, and there's this person sitting there, and she kind of reminds me, if anybody's seen the sequel to Jury Duty, which is called, I know you haven't seen this yet, but the sequel to
No.
Jury Duty, which is called Company Retreat. There's a girl there that works remote that's kind of like super dorky, dirty, and anyway, she's sitting behind this girl's like similar to that, sitting behind the front desk of the hospital. You go in there like, hey, my wife says, hey, I think I'm in labor, and the girl like just shook look on her face, says, I'm not equipped for this.
What?
And then the person next to her is like, okay, calm down, get the wheelchair.
I'm not equipped for this.
Literally, the person said, I'm not equipped for this. It was literally like, I'm not equipped for this. That's how she said it. And I'm like, okay, like
We're screwed.
you gotta be expecting anything to come through that door at a hospital, by the way. You can't, there's something you can't be equipped for.
I would say pregnancy is not that bad.
Yeah, a
Especially
list
when
of
somebody's
things.
like, "Hey, I think I'm in labor," instead of like,
Yes.
"Oh God, oh no."
Well, that's what somebody was. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's so then they wheeled us to the ER, and then the ER is like, "Are you, And we're like, "Oh, the baby's coming." And like, "Okay, we'll get you over to this other part." But what the labor and delivery people said about the ER is that like the ER can come in, somebody's like gushing with blood from a gunshot. They're like they handle that all the time. But then for some reason, when they get like a pregnant lady, they're like, "Oh my God, the baby's about to arrive!" Like everything's like they're freaking out. Like they can't handle it, but like they can handle gunshots, but it's like a baby, they don't know what to do. So, anyway, that was interesting. Then we get to the front desk of this labor and delivery kind of triage area, and the lady says, we pull up and she's like, "Do you have your boarding pass?"
Excuse me.
Yeah, we're like, "What?" She's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. My other job, I work at United."
Oh my God, what?
It's like some like
How do you
kind
have
of
those two jobs?
well, so this is what I found out. This little teaser, little trick of the trade I found out from this. Who other people we told, some of the nurses the story of this lady saying that. It's like, oh, she works part-time at United because you get free flights if you work part-time at an airline.
Okay,
So this lady apparently just does like every week she goes and visits her sister in Los Angeles by
that seems like a
just,
hassle.
but it's free.
Every week getting on a
What do you care?
8 hour
If you're free
plane,
that if you're free, what do you care?
you're taking 16 hours a week traveling
No, it's not. But it's not. It's like a little over 3 to get to Los Angeles
from
from
Chicago.
Chicago. Yeah.
No way. That's tomfoolery.
You think
I'm
it's eight
saying
hours?
six. I'll give you
Steve,
six.
I've done this flight a million times.
It's 6 hours minimum. That's a long distance.
Okay, 3 hours and 30 one way, 4 hours and 15 minutes the other way.
Yeah, with the headwind.
Okay, but so what did I said 3.5 hours. That is correct for one of them. Um, yeah. So anyway, yeah, it says on average 3 hours and like 50 minutes. So under 4 hours.
Okay, I'm just saying that's a lot. Does she work those flights? Now that's
No, no,
smart.
no. She just does like she does like baggage claim. She asked whatever she has boarding pass stuff, whatever the ticket lady
Oh,
is.
she's ticket booth lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
anyway,
Can't trust her.
so it was like funny, this whole thing's going on, and people just the reactions for the people that should be able to like, yeah,
Yeah.
you're the one coming in with,
You're like, what am I
pregnancy.
paying you guys for?
Yes, and somebody asked for a boarding pass, somebody doesn't know how to do anything. It's just funny. So anyway, things worked out. We're back home now. There's a baby there. Steed guessed the wrong gender of the baby.
Yeah, and I did think about this, and I think it's because your other baby was a boy, was in the
Yep.
room messing up the smells.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Steed was doing it based on smells.
Because, you need a bigger house, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, that's fair.
If
That's
you had a
fair. So
bigger house,
if we would have had or some natural airflow in there, like windows open, some good
hmm
airflow, yeah, that's true.
would have pushed all
That's true.
the little boy smells out.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. Steed, you also visited the week before that,
Yeah, I
Memorial Day
did.
weekend. Um, we had we had an interesting visit when you came here. I called it a debacle. Um, it
It's
was some faux pas, if you will, some of the things.
yeah, maybe like 10 FUPs.
Yeah, yeah. So Steed comes in, drives straight to. First of all, it took you forever to get through O'Hare, you said, because of like
Yeah,
you
it
couldn't
was
get a
O'Hare.
rental
Oh my.
car.
There was people everywhere. There was rental cars everywhere.
Yeah, except
It
for the
was
one you wanted.
I wanted a Mustang Mach-E and they gave me a Kia EV6. I just wanted to look cool in front of my friends and they
Yeah,
robbed me of that privilege.
you were gonna look so cool with that electric Mustang.
I know. I paid a premium and now I
Uh,
just look like an idiot and like a little bitch.
so we go to the Alamo Draft House, which is kind of supposed to be like a boutique movie theater. So they like tailor the credits at the beginning to whatever movie you're watching. They try to do a lot of theme stuff all around. They're supposed to have like a full menu of food specific to the movie you're watching, all this kind of stuff, right?
Hmm
We get there, we sit down, and they serve you food and drinks while you're seated down. Drink prices were fine. I was $8 beers. That's not so bad for a movie. It's
It's
cheaper to buy
reasonable.
a beer at this movie theater than it is to buy like a Coke at most movie theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is it. So that was like not. I was like, all right, that's good. But then also the guy comes up and he's like, hey, some electric issue happened in the kitchen. So all we have is hot dogs and salads. So basically, what you could get at every other every
Yeah,
other
the
thing.
hot dogs were not good. I had one.
Hot dogs were not good because I think they probably couldn't heat anything up, is my guess. Like they had to heat it up in some weird way or something. Like it was a below
Yeah,
average
they're
hot
probably
dog.
just rubbing
Yes.
that dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's in there rubbing their hands together with like five
Hmm.
hot dogs between their hands and do this enough times and it works.
They'll heat it up.
So then we go and the movie starts. We're watching the new Star Wars Mandalorian movie, and it is so loud. Like the loudest I've ever been to at a movie. Like it's not even close how loud
It,
this is going.
it was pretty loud.
Yeah. And they have a little thing you're ordering on your phone. They also have a comment section. I write a comment, my wife says a comment, we're like, hey, it's super loud. Can you turn down? The guy comes over and he says, hey, I saw your comments about the noise. We turned it down as low as it can go. And you're in the second row of an action movie, so I'm not sure what you expect. That was his response. And first of all, that's total bullshit that it was low as it could go. There's no chance, dude.
There's no chance.
Like you could turn volume all the way down. That's how volume works. There's not like you could turn it down to nothing.
There's not
Like
an on and off.
there's full no, it's not an on and off. It's a dial
There's
that
got to be
rolls
some type of
literally
knob.
the knob or a toggle or
Hmm.
a scroll of some sort. Insane that this guy's reaction was this way. And so turns out Alamo Drafthouse has terrible customer service. But I'm on the case and I will be getting a refund. I will not stop. I don't care if I end up contacting the CEO of Alamo Drafthouse. I will be getting a refund for these tickets.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
So we started with two different, like a survey response, an email response, and then I found like a VIP email, which that has
You're
gotten
not
me
a
anywhere.
VIP.
I'm not, but I found their email thing. And then I called, I'm on it. It'll take me a little bit, but I'll get there. Then Steed, I take Steed back to our place. I have an air mattress for him to sleep on. And he sleeps on the air mattress, which had worked fully 2 weeks prior to that when somebody else had
Yeah,
slept
this
there.
is a lie.
It's not a lie at all. Chubstep Jeff can attest to that. I can get him on the phone right now, and he can say it did not leak while he was sleeping on there. And then Steed sleeps out and wakes up. It is a total cocoon mode of an
I
air
was on the
mattress.
floor.
He was
I
on the
was
floor, and the thing
contacting
is,
floor.
he's engulfed in it's a double stack air mattress, so it's more around him than before. You're gonna
It
suffocate.
sucked me
It's
in pretty good.
it's a suffocation hazard.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever slept in an air mattress and it hasn't just deflated. Air mattresses suck.
Yeah.
I wanted a bed for when my brother came. I didn't buy an air mattress. I bought a two-tiered sleep system.
Okay.
It's one foam mattress and then a topper mattress. Okay, two-tiered.
Okay. Where do you put it?
I have a little cubby thing.
Okay.
It folds up too.
Okay.
And then in my new house, which I'm moving to tomorrow, I have an extra bedroom.
Nice.
Okay. So I'm going to have the luxury of being able to have an extra bed for people.
Yeah.
They don't have to sleep on the floor like a peasant
Yeah. No,
swine, a piece of
it's
swine.
valid. It's valid, Steve. And I had that extra room until my son decided he wanted to sleep in that room.
I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah, he's got to figure that
Freaking
out. So
taking my room. I used to like that room.
yeah, exactly. That one's on me. Anything else you want to get to before we get to this main topic here?
I don't think so.
Okay. Diseases, and the reason I can't remember why I thought of diseases, but as I started researching diseases, there are so many crazy things out there. I don't know if you found similar craziness out there of what people have had.
I mean, I've unlimited. I had to stop looking. 'Cause
Well, that's the
there's
thing.
just-
This could easily. I'm going to call this diseases part one because we can do another diseases at another point because there's so many crazy things out there. There's just so many things throughout history. And what's also funny is that, like, for so long, medicine was so bad. And, in 50 years, people are going to say the medicine's terrible now. But, at the time, they're doing what they could. But, like, the doctors their conclusions are just insane. What they're coming up with, what they thought people had or whatever it was. But some things that are happening back there are just like you're like this is crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what? I don't think we're not doing anything special right now.
yeah. What
Yeah.
elaborate? What do you mean?
Back in the 1800s, what would they do? You get shot with an arrow, right?
Hmm.
They're just gonna take the arrow out, stitch you up, close you up.
Mm.
What are they gonna do now?
Yeah,
Take the
yeah. Except
arrow
for they
out,
didn't really know about
clean
like
you up a little bit, and then stitch you up. That's
in the
it. It's the same. They're not doing
it's
anything
not. It's
special.
actually not. See, in the 1800s, they didn't even know about like bacteria and stuff. They weren't cleaning you up. They
Well,
were just
yeah,
cutting you up.
antibiotics. There's penicillin now.
Well,
Like that's
that's
it. And they had penicillin. I'll get into my old disease cures later.
okay.
But I mean, what like if doctors didn't have penicillin, they're fucking useless. They're the same exact thing as 100 years ago. They just have fancier saws to cut you open with.
I think a lot of people. Maybe we need to have a Dr. Daniel back on to disagree with what you're
This,
saying.
or I mean, you've been watching too much Doctor House, where it's like, oh my God, your pinky finger is red. That means that
Somebody
you
was
have
just
a
in the hospital for like 4 days. It was pretty
hemoglobin.
impressive, the stuff I was seeing. But
Oh, they didn't do shit. They just act like they're doing shit.
I don't
They know
know.
what
I
the
don't
problem
know.
is. That's all they do. There you go. We know what the problem is.
Well,
Good.
that's a start. Before it was just like, all right, let's put some leeches on them. That'll cure it.
Leeches work for two things, but
Or let the blood out. Let's
yeah,
bloodletting.
bloodletting, it works too.
That does not
Okay?
work.
Yes,
You
it
get
does.
the,
It
I
works
like
for
I
some specific
okay.
things.
Yeah, they're probably doing it with like oh my God, they probably got somebody rolled an ankle and like get the blood out. That's got bad ankle
Yeah.
blood.
Well, it's too
Um
much blood in your ankle. That's the problem. And what are doctors gonna do now? Oh, put some ice on it. Let me use my X-ray machine and cost you $1,000. Oh, the X-ray says your ankle's broken. How about you don't walk on it, you fucking idiot? And
they're
that costs you $10,000 right there.
taking a strong stance against modern medicine. I like it. It usually
I
works
were
out for
there,
people that do
you know,
that.
maybe wow me, modern medicine. Cure
Actually,
cancer. It's been long enough. What are
Steve,
we doing out here?
here's actually one that's related to that. So it's kind of related to, you know, this is called the Cotard's delusion.
I don't know who Cotard is, and I'm not
No,
believing
but
it.
it doesn't really matter. Oh, he was a French neurologist, Jules Cotard. Okay, so basically what
Sounds
this
smart.
was, there's only 200, fewer than 200 of these document cases ever, but this is so crazy and it's kind of related to what you're talking about. But basically, it's called walking corpse syndrome. And it's a condition where somebody is convinced they're dead. They're completely convinced they're
This
dead.
has nothing to do with what I was talking about.
Well, they end up refusing modern medicine. So what happens is, they go in and they're like, "Oh, I'm dead." Like, there's something you can do. I don't need to eat. I don't need medicine. I don't need this. And people have died because they just stop eating or they stop like taking anything. Then one person called. This is in 2008. This lady calls and she's like, "Hey, I'm dead. I smell bad. I need to go to the morgue because there's other dead people there, and that's where I should go." And so like they'll refuse to eat and stuff like that. So there's times people have to be put on like, feeding tubes and things like that. But
Yeah.
it's so it's a form, it's just like a psychological condition. They say it could be bipolar, schizophrenia, things like that. But antidepressants and some electro convulsion therapy, ECT, said has the highest success rate. But yeah, essentially, people they're so convinced they're dead that they're just acting like they're dead already, and they're like, "Well, nothing I can do can kill me because I'm already dead."
I saw this and it said, I think it was like 45% think they're dead, 55% think they're immortal.
Yes, yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Yes.
Like, that's pretty crazy. Just you wake up, you're like, you can't do shit to me.
It's like the I see dead people, but you're the dead people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Who's in charge? Me or the devil? I think I'm in charge.
There we go. See, what's one you want to get to? We got a bunch here. I got a bunch.
Okay, I got a bunch. This one's funny. This one's called foreign accent syndrome. So, I think only 100 cases have been reported since 1907. But apparently, if you have some type of brain abnormality, like a head injury, tumor, stroke, you can just start speaking with a foreign accent. Like,
I have seen, yes, I know. I've seen like somebody and like, I think I saw this on the news a while ago. Somebody had like a thick, like Chinese accent, and it sounds like really racist when somebody's doing this. And it's like you find out they have like, yeah, neurological condition or, like if you look
I mean,
completely different than the accent you have, people are going to think you're like doing it to make fun of somebody.
yeah, but if you stick with it enough, you could fake
That's
this
true.
syndrome.
And you can't, and then they're medically shaming you.
Yeah,
Mental health is a
exactly.
big thing, right? So you got to
You
be,
can sue
you
them. You
can't
can
be
sue them
shaming.
big
Exactly.
time.
You can sue them. You could sue them for sure. You can. Yeah. I don't know what accent I would pick if I had to.
I don't know if you
come
get to
up.
pick.
Well, yeah, I know it doesn't work like that. But if it just, let's say I happen to wake up, what one would I not be so upset by?
Oh,
Obviously, like, British accent, but I'm thinking you can't go from like
you got to go with a white culture or else you're screwed.
well, you are true, but I'm saying if it wasn't, what one would I be? I feel like I could go like if I had like a sexy South American accent, I could be okay with that.
Oh, yeah. I think I'd go South African.
Okay. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Blood Diamond. Have you seen Blood Diamond? When
Yes,
Leonardo DiCaprio's like,
forever ago I saw it, but I know quite a few people that are South African, and I know
what?
that's we're just from work stuff. I've worked
You
with South
know,
African people before.
what the
Yeah.
hell? I've never met a South African person.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Well,
hmm,
that's a fun accent. You're right, because it's yeah, that's an interesting
yeah,
one.
or
It's
like
just
the
slightly
movie
different than
Chappie.
Australian. Yeah, Chappie. Yeah,
It would be fun to run around doing stuff like that.
that's true. And then it's a neurological condition. And that's the only thing you have from it. That's not so bad, right? That's the only issue you had from a neurological issue.
Yeah, like what happened?
Whatever.
2x4 then attached to a truck hit me in
Yeah,
the face, and now I talk like a South African.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, I like it.
You want a beer, dude?
Yeah, slip me one. I love a nice cold beer.
Do you know about this dancing plagues, dude?
Yeah, we talked about the dancing plague.
I know we did. And so like some of these ones like popped up again as I was doing research. So just to give people just a reminder here. This is 1518 and this happened for like almost 2 months. And this lady just starts going on the street dancing. This is in France in the 1500s. No music, no occasion, just dance for 4 to 6, it was like 5 days straight without she bled through she bled through her shoes, she couldn't stop. 400 people joined her. 15 deaths per day at its peak. But the doctors, I don't know, the numbers are sketchy here. I'll say that. But they think, and this ended basically, after 2 months, and they put the remaining people onto carts and sent them to like the mountaintop to pray. And somehow that worked because it kept people separate from everything. But yeah, they like tried, what happens if we put music? What if we kept like healthy people dancing and like encourage them to stop? That made it like worse and more people started joining. And they think it was some sort of mass psychological illness caused by severe stress in the area because there was like famine, disease, all the stuff that was going on kind of at the same time. I think it just like somehow escalated and everybody like snapped at the same time.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That would have been fun to be a part of, though.
That would have been like to be a part of that. Yeah.
If you're just like, I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed. I'm gonna dance.
Yes.
And you just start dancing. You're like, fuck all my problems out. It's time to dance. Yeah. Come on, everybody.
Problem is, I would run out of dance moves. I think is the problem. I would like
You
at a
gotta
certain
get
point,
pretty
I'd just keep
inventive.
going to the same ones. I like to think of new ones. That's where I would get mentally strained first, just trying to think of new dances before I get physically strained.
That's probably what once all the moves were out.
Yeah,
that's what ended it.
You just die. And then just real quick, I'm going to tie it to another one here. This is a Tanzania news, Steed.
Whoa.
The infection causes immediate respiratory failure, and scientists claim that mutations may now transmit.
You know what Fugazi is? Fugazi. It's a fake. Yeah, Fugazi, Fugazi. It's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust.
are you from Tanzania?
Yes, I am.
And we also mentioned this a while ago, but and more briefly, a long time ago. This is the Tanganyika, yeah, laughing epidemic, 1962 in Tanzania. Lasted 18 months.
Say
And
that one. What town was it again?
I think I overdid the amount of words in that. Tanganyika.
Tanganyika.
Yeah. So anyway, this is in Tanzania. And these three girls at a boarding school could not stop laughing. They just laughed, 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 and they would like fall over laughing. 95 of the 160 students were affected. Some people had it for 16 days straight of laughing.
Whoa.
And
they were just smoking the reefer.
The school was forced to close after 3 months because it was so over the top. Like they couldn't teach because the kids were just laughing, all this kind of stuff.
Well, yeah,
and then immediately it opened again. 50 more students had it. The thing closed again. It started spreading to other schools, and and the teachers never caught this, right? So, and people would not only laugh, they would also like start crying, screaming, fainting, respiratory problems, rashes. It was just like this weird thing that started with this laughing thing, and they don't. It's just crazy. So, eventually, it just kind of stopped in mid 1963. So after like 18 months, it just kind of stopped. And again, I think this is another like
this had to be pot.
They think this is another like mass, psychotic illness, and they think it was because they were getting independence from Britain, and I don't know.
That stresses me out too.
People coming up with bullshit. I'm trying to look at these excuses, and it's total bullshit. So, yeah, the rationale makes
all the
sense.
kids love Britain.
There's not a real these psychological ones. There's really not a great explanation for why they happen, right? Because there's just so unknown. But yeah, this just happened. Nobody died from this, but it was just like this laughing disease where they like shut down schools. Maybe it was a great prank. Is one way of looking at it.
It could have been a really good prank.
Like a senior prank is like, hey, you guys want to get out of school? How about we laugh?
Yeah, let's act like insane people.
Yeah. And if you do this for 3 months, it'll shut down the schools.
Yeah. Then other schools start hearing about it. They're like, they got out of school?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know I could do that. I could laugh.
It's pretty good. It's good stuff.
Yeah. But it's to me, I guess the other downside of this is like when you go to a comedy show and somebody's fake laughing, it makes it not funny anymore.
It's hard to tell sometimes, so.
But if it's over the top, right? When it's over the top, you're like, then all you're focused on is that laughing, and you're not laughing. Like to me, it takes the comedy out of everything. So somebody's actually saying a joke and everybody else is laughing around. I don't think it'd be funny because it's so distracting to have the laughing going around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like laugh tracks on sitcoms.
Exactly. That's a perfect way of looking at this. This would be a laugh track of every class of every day for months.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's a fun disease.
Yeah.
Okay, this disorder, I've had this disorder.
Oh.
This one, I was looking through the list and I'm like, oh my God, this happened to me. It's called exploding head syndrome.
Yeah.
And you hear extremely loud sounds like gunfire or cymbals as you fall asleep or you wake up.
Really?
So this has happened to me. I'm like lying in bed, just going to sleep. Like you're like out of it, like maybe half asleep. And then you just hear like a loud, like a door slam or like a cymbal crash.
Crazy.
And then you just wake up and I'm like, whoa, I think I'm going insane. And then you just go back to sleep.
So it like sounds like maybe somebody's breaking into your house almost. That's what I would think initially, right?
That's like when I used to live in the haunted house.
Yeah.
I think that's what I thought. And I'm like, oh shit. But then, nothing. There was nobody breaking into the house, and I'm like, that. It didn't sound like real. Yes. I was like, what the hell was that? Was I dreaming or something?
Yeah.
And now I found out about this syndrome today. So I've got a syndrome.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
I guess I'm disabled.
That's true. You can put on you could probably get some sort of Handicap parking? I don't know how that works.
I would like handicap parking.
Okay.
And then people will be like, "You don't look disabled." I'll be like, "You can't ask me. You can't ask me what I have."
That's right. It's not polite to ask.
Yeah, it's impolite.
Yeah.
Also, I have exploding head syndrome.
Yes. But also, this is what I have.
It sounds worse than it is.
Yes. Yes. Um, I'm gonna get to my craziest one, Steve.
Okay.
This one was. This is just crazy. Okay. This is called encephalitis lethargica. Did you do research on this one before I started doing this?
No, but encephalitis, that is in cephalopods.
Mm-hmm.
So you sleep like a roly-poly.
Exactly. Sleeping is part of it. So
Yeah,
this is
I
crazy.
understood the second
This
part of
this
that.
led to a movie called Awakenings. What was it called? Give me a second here. Robin Williams and Robert De Niro were in a 1990 movie that won some Academy Awards called Awakenings. Yeah. Um, nominated.
Nice.
Sorry, nominated for awards. And this is a crazy thing. So this is between 1915 and 1927. And the numbers on how many people are affected on this are pretty skewed. Nobody really knows for sure because again, like data is just so terrible from stuff back then. But some people estimations as high as 5 million people worldwide were affected with this. So
Whoa.
this is happening after I think it was the Spanish flu that was going on. Give me one second. Yeah, 1918, 1920. So okay, yeah. So Spanish flu was going on right before this, kind of during this, in this, and they think that people were affected with like there was some sort of thing happening from that flu that led to something else. Like it was like an after effect of this flu. But anyway, this is a inflammation of the brain that causes lethargy. So again, the estimations for how many people died from this, 500,000 to 1.5 million.
1.5 million people getting a little sleepy?
Well, this is what's crazy about this. This isn't just like people getting sleepy and dying. That did happen sometimes. But the most crazy thing about this, so I'll just go through the full progression. They'd have start with a sore throat, start feeling unwell, a normal sickness, right? That's a pretty standard of most like colds and stuff. Then it became like, I need to sleep, I gotta sleep. And to the point where they're like, not tired, not fatigued, just like, I need to go to sleep. Your body's just telling you, I gotta go to sleep. Okay, I'm going to sleep. So it might even be mid-sentence, mid-meal, middle of taking a step, they just fall asleep.
Oh.
And then a lot of people would die in that phase, like respiratory failure. You just go to, you just pass out and you die. But
what the
like
hell?
2/3 of those people would like freeze, like become like statues, basically. They're called like living statues type of thing.
That's a lot.
Yes. Yeah. So a good portion
When
of
we're
people,
talking about
right?
a million people.
These are high estimations, right? So some were, a third of this or whatever, right? But like this is the range is because there's no great data on this, but this is a lot of people during this time period. I'll get to either way. So this is how crazy it got. Some people sat in this statue-like state 30 to 40 years, stayed.
Why aren't people helping them?
They tried all these things. They tried like multiple 80 different treatments were tried.
No, I mean like they're there for 30 years.
They were trying treatments.
Oh, and they're
So
alive?
Yes.
Oh, I
they're
thought they were
alive.
dead. Oh.
No, this is so a lot of people died. Some of them like would come back awake and be fine, and then some of them would stay like frozen. So like a good portion of people, 30 to 40 years, were frozen. And they so these people were frozen, but then like by 1927, there's really like no reported cases of it. So it just kind of stops. So people aren't really worried about this. But then there's kind of these leftover people that are just like frozen from when this was going on.
Yeah.
And there was 1929, a list came out of 80 different treatments that had happened. None of them worked, right? Sometimes people would die from it, whatever, right? But then weirdly, 1969, there's a guy named Oliver Sacks. And then he goes in this ward in Bronx and he sees this room full of patients that had been frozen since the 20s. Right. So like people that have frozen like 40 years with this statue-like thing. They're still alive, still conscious, still motionless in chairs, decades, whatever, right? They're sitting, laying down. and they give him this Parkinson's drug called L-Dopa, and he tried it on him. Like, whatever, try anything. We don't care.
Yeah.
He tries this, and the patients woke up.
Oh God.
So some of them literally been like, yeah, 30 plus years of this thing. Stood up, walk around, spoke, recognized people. Wanted somebody asked for a cigarette right away. Somebody started
Hell
singing.
yeah, bro.
So basically, so it's this crazy thing. These people just wake up after being kind of frozen in time, kind of like what you would see in like a sci-fi movie where somebody's like in a cryogenic state, right?
And they're well
Um,
rested too.
exactly, exactly. And but here's the issue: they did actually none of it really lasted. So within a couple months, people started adapting to the drug, and they returned to their frozen state. A few died, a few remained awake. Um, but this guy in 1973 wrote a book called Awakenings, and that became a movie in 1990.
Weird.
So since 1940, only there's been fewer than 80 cases have been reported worldwide, and they really have no idea of what caused it.
Like I said, doctors, they're slacking.
So, yeah, it's crazy. So just this crazy thing, and the reason most people don't know about it is because it's like it's kind of this dead disease, right? If there's been 80 cases since the 1940s, like that's
I'm not too
basically
worried
nothing.
about it.
No, nobody's still worried about it. But it's affected a huge amount of people that they just like it's just this weird thing. So when I saw this one, I'm like, I don't know if I necessarily want to see that movie because
It's
I don't
scary.
it might be, yeah, I don't know. But
What if you get it?
it's like The Ring. If you watch it, you get it.
It could be because I've never even heard of that movie.
Maybe either way, maybe the 80 cases since 1940 are the 80 people that watched that movie.
Yeah.
Awakenings with Robert De Niro and Robin Williams.
Mm-hmm. That's an
So
odd pairing. It doesn't work.
it doesn't work. Yeah. So there you go. That's that one.
Great. Okay, you want to learn some old-timey medicine fighters that work?
Yes.
Okay, you've mentioned some of these. These worked back in the day.
Okay.
Modern doctors are ripping you off.
Okay.
This is this segment's name. So, guess what? Number one, bloodletting. They thought they were taking too much, you had too much blood, they're taking some out, right? And this is something that I do. This is why I donate blood. It's not for other people, it's for me mostly. Because
Oh,
I
that
want
makes
new
sense.
blood. I want the young blood.
You got to
I get
yeah,
too much
young
blood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, fresh blood.
Yeah, I got too much blood. So they thought you had an imbalance of your body's four humors. Don't know what that means. And they're
Well,
like,
either
we
did
got to
they
let your blood
clearly,
out.
because
Yeah, well, they probably didn't exist. So you got a headache. We're gonna get your blood out. You got a fever. We're gonna get some of your blood out.
yeah,
Too much bloodletting it turned out to be dangerous, and you could
yeah,
die from that.
yeah.
But modern medicine, because doctors still decided, hey, what if we tried that? Therapeutic phlebotomy can actually help conditions like hemochromatosis and higher iron levels. Got too much iron? Get it out through your blood, baby.
Okay.
What about that? How do you think about that? You eating
I
your words about bloodletting yet? And
Those sound like two
leeches?
very specific things that, like you said, they were using it for things all the time. Yeah, right. To your point, does it technically work sometimes? Sure. It sounds like it.
Yeah.
I look like an idiot now. Yeah, go ahead and
hmm
bloodlet all you want.
Yeah. Okay. This one's fun. Maggot therapy.
Oh yeah, the maggot therapy. That's in Gladiator. For anybody, everybody using Gladiator. He wakes up one time, there's a bunch of maggots on his
Yeah.
injury.
So modern doctors, they just use antibiotics or like
Yeah,
whatever the hell was in the COVID vaccine.
sure.
Back in the day, they're like, what eats gross stuff? Maggots eat gross stuff. Put the maggots in the gross stuff, and they'll eat that, and then we just scoop the maggots up. Guess what? Worked really well because they'd only eat the dead tissue.
Yeah.
So it would like prevent infection and gangrene. Maggots work.
It's such a disgusting thing. Like it's so crazy.
I would not enjoy it,
No.
but it's better than getting gangrene, probably.
No, it's for sure better than getting gangrene. I'm just like I'm wondering how I could sleep at night. You feel these worms crawling on your skin. I mean, it's literally stuff is crawling, eating your body.
Yeah, yeah. But what are you gonna do?
What are you going to do?
Different time. Okay, back in the day, you could also use a sharpened stone to
Yep.
drill a hole in your head.
Mm,
This one's pretty fun because, if you had too many evil spirits in your brain,
yes.
or if you were having migraines or seizures or something,
Yeah.
the cure to that was you smash a hole in the skull, or I guess they
Yep.
would drill it. I don't know. They'd smash it. But today, doctors use a version of that to relieve pressure and treat brain trauma.
Yeah.
So
So they
the
were right. I'm
old
sure they
guys
did it
were
in
right again.
very sterile environments
Yep.
using this stone drill.
Stone drill. This one, so the ancient guys, they found out that moldy bread could treat wounds.
Okay.
Moldy
Like, this is where
bread
penicillin type of thing comes from.
because they were using penicillin producing fungi.
Yeah.
So it was working really well. Um, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in
Yeah.
1928, and he basically just stole from whatever ancient
But
witch doctor guys rubbing bread on people.
but to be fair, Steve, remember we did that St. Elmo's fire, which is a disease where people ate other tainted bread, and they
Yeah,
like
you gotta. It's
you got to
it's
be careful which bread you. It's like mushrooms, right? These mushrooms are
yeah,
perfect; they're delicious. These mushrooms will kill you. So be careful what bread you're eating that's tainted with
yeah. Well, you're
fungi
just
or
rubbing it
whatever.
on stuff. Okay, this one's fun. They also figured out birth control in ancient Egypt.
Okay.
Um, so now I don't know what birth control is. I know squirrels use a waxy seal that follows their ejaculate. If you remember that Chubstep
Yep.
episode,
Yep.
very interesting. The thing I learned about squirrels. But in ancient Egypt, they mix crocodile poop and honey. Uh, they insert it into them,
Yep.
and it's believed to have worked as a mild spermicide. Um, because of the acidity. It was like super acidic. So if you didn't want to get pregnant, you don't have any condoms, and you live in Florida,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
live
Yeah.
near
Yeah.
a bee farm in Florida and a pond, you're in luck.
Perfect. You're in luck, and just don't worry about whatever bacteria is on this.
No, it's too acidic. It's
Yeah.
too
True. So you're
acidic.
right. You're right. You're right. You can't get sick from that.
Um, let's see. Is there any other fun things I'm forgetting? Uh, okay, I mean, I don't think this one worked. But you could medieval Europe, there was some doctors that were like, "Hey, you got to eat these dead people if you have epilepsy." They thought you were transferring the strength of the healthy dead body
Okay.
to your weak sick body. And if you had fresh blood, like from a criminal or something, that's the best blood. Apparently, upper classes did it a lot. Uh, I guess there was some crazy doctor making a lot of money back then.
Just transferring blood from person to person.
Yeah, giving them blood, giving them a little bit of man meat.
Isn't that what Bezos does?
I think Bezos and Zuck, they've eaten like 14 humans each,
Yeah.
and that's a fact. Look it up.
And that works.
Look it up.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I'm saying, ancient doctors knew what was going on.
That's right.
Where have
That's
we
right.
come? We haven't taken that much of a
He's
leap
just not as
forward.
impressed. Yeah,
I'm
you
not
just don't think this is
impressed.
big of a leap.
I think if we have computers, like we went from rocks to computers, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I can play
Okay.
I don't know, I can play solitaire on my phone. I don't have to use playing cards anymore.
So there's people have not seen this. I highly recommend Death by Lightning on Netflix. It's about President Great James Garfield.
Cool.
There is a scene in that scene. This is where I'm talking about progress, right? I know you might not see this as progress. He was shot by a bullet.
Uh-huh.
Pretty nowadays would have been pretty easy grab and fix. Instead, this guy's just using like non-sterilized stuff and like can't find the bullet, just digging around with unsterilized stuff. He ends up dying from the infection, from this guy's tools rather than the
Yeah.
actual bullet itself, right?
Look, moving from whiskey to rubbing alcohol is not impressive to me.
Okay.
I think doctors have been slacking.
Okay. All right. You want to see people step it up?
Yeah, we just went back to the moon. Okay. Back in, when they were doing bloodletting, they didn't even know what the moon was. And you got executed if you said the moon revolves around the sun or something. The church would have you killed.
Yeah.
And all we've done in medicine in that time is go from moldy bread to the stuff that was on moldy bread. And then instead of sanitizing stuff with whiskey, you use rubbing alcohol now. Get out of here. Doctors, okay. I'm putting you on notice.
Okay, Steed's putting you on notice.
Yeah,
he just wants to see more progress.
Remember when I saved a guy's life with my bare hands?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't need no doctor there. I would have liked one, preferably.
Yeah. Wow, hot take, Steve. Very hot take. Wow. All right. Well, Steed doesn't anti-new medicine. You just want to see better. You want to see more of it. You don't think you see enough progress.
I honestly think those books, they're reading all their books and then they're like, oh, great. Now I know how to do the bare minimum. Keep somebody alive. Okay. What are we doing? We got to advance. Where everywhere else is advancing. Let's do some advancements. I want a tube that I could go into. It fixes me. Everything.
Yeah, you want like a Bacta tank from Star Wars is what you want.
Yeah. Or like a drink. Like I drink something and it just goes all in my body. And then everything's
so
good. And also I'm super strong and my hair grows back. Why can't my hair grow back?
Is this whole thing just about your hair?
Pretty much. I mean, like I shouldn't need a hair transplant. And they're telling me I got to eat these prostate pills. I tried the prostate pills. They don't work. They're for your prostate, to make your prostate smaller. They're not for your hair. Okay?
Fair.
That's a scam.
Okay. Well, yeah, you've been put on notice, doctors. You've been put on notice. All right, well, we'll wrap up the show there. New episodes once a week unless there's a hockey emergency.
Yeah, I got hockey every Thursday for the next few weeks. So
nice. Until that happens, so new shows once a week. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram, all the different stuff. But mostly check us out wherever you listen to podcasts. We're also now on video on Spotify.
Wow.
Whoa.
So
we're gonna be so rich, dude.
We're gonna be so rich. The show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.